Is it that poems like this, I'm just wondering, because you talk about writing these fragments, in many of these poems you almost sense that it's a kind of shorthand, that there is a mystic who's transcribing this mind-bogglingly complex inner life into a few very short, urgent fragments of verse?
That is because I'm… right from childhood it's been so, I'm very bored with language. I don't like language. I'm talking all the time, writing books, but essentially I don't like language because it never says what I am, what I experience, what I know can never be said. So I'm not a great fan of any language for that matter, so I did not really learn any language. Well, you made a comment that grammar, because I never read any grammar. Even now I do not know the fundamentals of English grammar. I know only by speech and I can write a little bit. But I did not learn any language with any decent sense of interest, whether it's Kannada or Telugu, Hindi, all these I learned at some point. But because my learning was so just on the surface, enough to transact at that moment, most of those languages had just gone out of me. Because I did not learn the alphabet, I did not learn the grammar, I did not learn how a language is built. There is a certain beautiful complexity to language. While people, at least many linguists and others say, the most complex thing that human beings have actually done in their brains is language. Well, because they've not done anything beyond that. Yes, language is a phenomenal thing, it gets, many things, otherwise we would be doing ah, boo, boo to each other, all right? Language has brought so many aspects to our lives. But for me, it never paints a full picture. So my interest in language is very minimal, and generally there are people who manage a forest flower, they order me, Sadhguru, by tomorrow evening we need a poem. Because we have to publish, it has to go to print, then only they will tell me when it's going to print. So I sit down and write 4 or 5 poems in 10-15 minutes, and I'll send them only one usually, so that next few months they'll always come just before going to print, I do that. And also when I'm writing, the moment I cross 8-10 lines, I have to conclude. Very rarely I've written 4 or 5-page poems. They're not here, I think, in this book. Otherwise, 8-10 lines, I'm done with it. I have to close it with the next 2 lines, because by then I'm bored.
Is it then the brevity of poetry that draws you?
No, among the things that you can do with language, probably poetry is the most insightful. Well, it does not describe things like prose. Prose can say so much detail. See, if you go into the detail of creation, because my business is creation and the source of creation, I'm not interested in anything else. If you want to go into the detail in prose, let's say to describe a tree, if you spend 1,000 years, you cannot describe it, there is so much detail. So poetry has the ability to skip all the detail, not say anything, but still give some kind of an impression that at least people have a sense of they have not understood, which is very important. Oh, I get it, means you've not gotten anything. Because a lifetime of observation, still you will not know anything. A leaf, one leaf, a lifetime if you observe, still you won't get it. So at least poetry gives you that sense of wonder. At least you know you don't understand all of it. You see a small part of it, and that small part is a little keyhole. If you know how to make a key for that, maybe it will open. Maybe it will, but making the key takes some skill